So here's the other video I promised, that sometimes people are getting their wages garnished or their bank accounts frozen, and they tell me, I didn't receive notice of the lawsuit. Now the fact is, I believe them. And the problem is, when there's a lawsuit, you have to get served with the documents. Sometimes it's a certified process server, sometimes it's a sheriff's office. The problem is, not everybody plays the game by the rules. And so they'll knock on the door, nobody answers, they throw the paper on the front porch, and they say you got served. Is that service? Absolutely not. The neighborhood dog could have picked it up. Kids as a prank could have picked it up. The wind could have picked up and thrown that lawsuit, 3 blocks over. So that's not proper service. But what steps do you have to take? Well, first go through the clerk of court's office and see who was served, who they're claiming was served. Sometimes it's the wrong person at the wrong address, but there'll be something called the return of service. You look that up and see when they put somebody's name there, John Smith. You go, John Smith, I don't even know who that is. Then here's your answer. Sometimes you might get served at a prior address and the person just receives the paperwork when they shouldn't, and they just say, okay, thank you, and then they look at it and go, it's not mine, and they throw it away. So these things happen. I once had a case where a roommate accepted service on behalf of his roommate who he hated, and this person didn't know that he was getting sued for child support. So these things happen. But now, if you were not served, right, what are the next steps you take? Well, you could go back to court and set aside that court judgment, that default, meaning an answer was never filed, right? Why are you doing this? Because of lack of proper service. You weren't served. Throwing documents on the ground isn't good enough. That's why I hope everybody has a Ring camera these days, because I don't take care of it. But again, if it's the wrong person, the wrong address, then you know. Now, they don't have to serve you. They can serve anybody who resides at that property, but it's not going to be your 6-year-old kid either. Usually there's a certain age limit. I want to say somewhere around the ages of 15 or 16. It varies by state. But definitely, once you get notice that your wages are about to be garnished, immediately go check the clerk's office and look for the return of service, okay? Now, I'll tie this in with another video that I had promised before that's going to explain the process of, if you are facing those issues, what you can do next.